Hey there! As we all know, investing on a legendary commander is quite expensive. Between the sculptures necessary to unlock and the ones to max the commander out, the total is 700, not considering the EXP tomes and the gold stars to bring the commander up to level 60. Depending on your spending level and the in-game events distributing gold sculptures, this process can vary from few weeks to few months. Therefore, choosing to invest on a commander instead of another one is a very important decision that can help you with your city defense, event grinding, KVK, Osiris team planning and every other competitive aspect in the game. While there are not any perfect strict rules regarding the commander investment choices, it all depends on which type of player you are, essentially. This is a guide that aims to help you out to have an idea of where to go with your commanders and where to invest first in your Rise of Kingdoms journey. If you enjoy my guides, please consider supporting the channel for free simply by dropping a like and subscribing. You can always change your mind later. Let's go! Hello everyone and welcome back to Wick Gaming. Today I will help you prioritize your commander investments in Rise of Kingdoms. First and foremost, please do max your YSG. This commander is the single most useful commander in the game. He can literally do everything: Barbarian Chains, events, Canyon, city defense, garrison, PvP. His biggest feature is surely the circular area of effect damage, which has a great radius and is effective in pretty much any situation, so please max your YSGs. Every account needs him. Next, you should really max out Alexander the Great. Yes, Alexander the Great. It might be surprising for some of you, but you really need him in the early KVKs. You can pair him with Charles, Richard, afterwards of course secondary to Guan Yu, but of course also with your YSG, which I suggested to max first. Alex and YSG with full infantry is a very precious combo, especially early on. And of course Alex will be great with Harold later on. So yeah, consider maxing out your Alex as second choice. After that, you can try and decide which will be your primary expertise. You might want to go with Ramesses in order to pair him with YSG later. He's already fully playable at 5-5-1-1, so the first skill maxed, the second skill, the statistic skill with 40% attack maxed out, and the third and the fourth at 1-1. So don't be shy to bring Ramesses out on the field early on at 5-5-1-1. So you already have Alex to use with YSG or even an epic commander like Sun Tzu, and a fully playable Archer March like Ramesses and YSG. I strongly suggest to max them all out. According to your kingdom, you can probably now access and unlock Guan Yu, and the best option will be to have Guan Yu at 5-1-5-5, so leaving the second skill, the Conquering skill, at 1, because this is stronghold and city related and you don't need it on the open field. But unfortunately the skill lock does not grant that, so you should max Guan Yu out if you're not lucky. But if you try and get Guan Yu at 5-2-5-5 or 5-3-5-5, you can honestly stop there. Guan Yu and Alexander the Great and Ramesses and YSG will be your March preference at this point. You can maybe focus on a cavalry commander, like Saladin right now, and pair him later with William and Zhang Yu. While I strongly suggest to max Zhang Yu out, though, you can keep both William and Saladin right here at 5-5-5-1 on the other side, and you can save 310 sculptures per commander. So at this point, after YSG, Alexander the Great, Ramesses, and Guan Yu, you can either neglect the cavalry and wait for Zhang Yu and William, or invest in Saladin and make him 5-5-5-1 and pair him with a support commander like Ethelflaed right here, and this is a perfect support combo. This is probably what I will do if I had a time machine and I could go back in time. So not wasting gold heads on commander like Charles Martel and Cao Cao. Yes, at the beginning I made some stupid mistakes too. I learned my way through at the end, but everyone makes mistakes. This potentially leaves you with Guan Yu and Alexander the Great, Ramesses and YSG, and Saladin and Ethelflaed. The order can be different, of course, depending on which march you prefer to use and when you are able to unlock the commanders. Depending on your spending level now, you can think to have another commander, infantry commander like Leonidas, besides your Guan. And this will be a big improvement that you will keep throughout your rock journey. Or maybe start investing on another archer march like Artemisia and pair her with Tomiris as secondary commander if you want to be focused on archer. From this point on, when you have a good base of commanders for many situations, you can start making your own choices regarding which type of player you want to be, also depending on your spending level. Remember that being a rally or garrison leader also implies to have a certain equipment and consequently have a quite strong wallet. If you want to move on in this direction, you can think about commanders like YSS and then wait, for example, for Zenobia to be a garrison leader. Before that, other commanders like Wu Zetian can be a good investment if you plan to use Wu Zetian with commanders like Saladin or Artemisia as primary commander. Saladin and Wu Zetian and Artemisia and Wu Zetian are a great garrison choice for the early game. Otherwise, if you want to move on a rally direction, as I told you before, Leonidas will be a great choice to be with Guan as a secondary commander, and of course, Attila and Takeda. While I don't suggest Attila and Takeda being an open field march, like I spoke about in my open field guide, click the card up on the top if you want to watch it, in the early stages of a kingdom, so in the first couple 3 KVKs, Attila and Takeda is a must for rallies. And also, this is still the best march in 2021 to rally city with. When the last generation commanders come around, you have pretty much every road open at this point. You can invest on Harold to have 2 functional infantry marches, Guan Yu and Leonidas and Alex and Harold, and even mixing them up, like using Guan and Harold for rally and open field. Or you can invest in commanders like Nebuchadnezzar to have multiple archer marches, maybe using Artemisia and Nebu and Ramses and YSG, or Artemisia and Ramses if you need a tanky archer march, and Nebu and YSG on the other side. Honestly, it all depends on the choices you made earlier. At this point, one commander can change your game and allow you to combine what you already have with what you're looking into investing. I have not spoken about possibility to pair the commanders you invested in before. For example, you can pair Guan Yu with YSG in case you decide not to invest in Alex. Everything is possible. All the commanders that I told you to invest on, they are very versatile and you make no mistake in investing in each and every one of them. A fully usable account that is ready for every situation, in my opinion, includes, in alphabetical order, Adelflaed, Alexander the Great, Artemisia, Guan Yu, Harold, Nebuchadnezzar, Ramses, Saladin, Trajan, William, Zhang Yu, and YSG. These we can define the core of the commander investments. All of these can be completed by either rally or garrison commanders, or both at your choice, and you can determine when and where to invest depending on the role you represent within your alliance and kingdom. So YSS, Theodora, Zenobia, Wu Zetian, but also for rally Chandragupta, Edward, who works very well with Nebuchadnezzar in rally, Attila and Takeda, and so on. Of course, you need to ask your alliance, your kingdom, this is a team game. There are also other players who really love to be in a support role, to whom I highly suggest to invest in commanders like Constantine, who I did not mention in this video. Just remember that he exists, he's great, and at 5511 he's already fully usable, so with an investment of only 180 sculptures. With the gold keys, you will of course obtain important commanders, like for example Cao Cao, or Charles Martel, and other commanders, support commanders like Mulan, who you can use already at 5511. Well, I will not add the gold keys commander to the priority investments. You know why, you know who they are, and when and where you need them. For example, if you don't have a decent defense early on in your city, you just need to open a few gold chests and you can quickly get your Charles Martel to 5511 and put him on your wall with your YSG for a nice early game defense. Or maybe You need your Cao Cao because you need a fast runner that's going to kill the farmers during the kill event, or maybe picking up an Arc of 2 in the Arc of Osiris mode. Up to you. I just wanted to provide some good guidelines, which of course reflect my personal game style and experience, but this does not mean that the commanders I have not mentioned have zero usage. I hope, as always, that this video gave you good information and helped you out. Leave a like and subscribe if you want to help the channel, and activate the bell for notifications if you don't want to miss the next content. As always, I will see you on the next one. Ciao!